In fact, that's a big thing right now. One of the things, in fact, is there some news? One of the things I really enjoy about coming to this event is hearing all the new news and exciting news that's going on, because the research, because a lot of people are wondering, where does this money go and how does it help people? And that's something that I really enjoy hearing and being around this. Is it's amazing how far we've come and the advances. What are some of those, John, that come to mind?
Well, I have to say some of the screening techniques that we've seen developed in the past few years are absolutely amazing. Colorectal cancer is one of the ones that comes to mind, and the colonoscopy is by far the most amazing advancement in medical science. It's able to detect and remove polyps so that people who are at the beginning stages are able to be diagnosed early and get treatment, and the survivability rate is just incredible at that point. Whereas before we didn't have those types of procedures, so it's wonderful, and the drugs that go in to help in the clinical trials have just come leaps and bounds in the past few decades. So,
well, listen, John, I really appreciate you coming on the Big Alaska Show, and we'll be rooting for Uncle Sam to take a dive, and welcome to the Big Alaska Show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, John. You are listening here to the Big Alaska Show with my good buddy, Bearded John Lang. I'm Uncle Steve, and Henry Huizinga in the studio with us. We appreciate you joining us. We're coming to you live from the Breeze Inn here on the 23rd Annual Polar Bear Plunge here in Seward, Alaska. A beautiful, beautiful morning here in Resurrection Bay, and I'm going to see over 100 jumpers who've raised thousands of dollars for the American Cancer Society, and with us is my good buddy Sarah Robinson, who's come back for the second time on the show. We saw you a couple of weeks ago, and so are you jumping again?
Heck no. I may do it in a couple of years, but I'm still thawing out from the last dive in, so I've put some friends up to it, and so they're going to take the brunt for the rest of us here at the American Cancer Society. But they're a good group of folks. Our advocacy efforts are something that can impact a large number of people at once, and so it's an area that we invest in along with our research, our education activities, and our patient services.
I know we're getting short on time here, but want to for people who want to get information from American Cancer Society, Sarah, what are some good website and numbers?
Sure. Across the state of Alaska, for cancer help day or night, you can call 1-800-ACS-2345. And you can visit our website at www.cancer.org. There are over 5,000 pages of cancer-related information there.
Okay. And and Sarah's one of the great soldiers of the American Cancer Society here that's in Anchorage, Alaska. So any advice for those first-time jumpers? Yeah, I mean, I remember I saw you go in last year.
Go back. A little whiskey always helps, I'd say.
Well, we're here at the Breeze Inn. We've got a room full here in the. Well, first of all, we'll see you on the dock. You're going to be a dock buddy. What does that mean? You get to do?
It means I get to help the poor souls out of the water. We get them their towels, put the shoes on their feet, and send them on their way. So sometimes I have to give a little shove as well to get them in, but we're there to help the people who are getting out.
That's true, Doc Buddy, a friendly push. Anyway, Sarah, it's good seeing you again. Anyway, we're getting short on it. Bearded John, I just want to, first of all, one of the things I would like to do is personally thank the American Cancer Society. I'd like to thank the people who are, for myself and my family. My brother was my big brother, who was 4 years older than me, and he was always bigger. And when my dad died, and I was pretty young at the time, he helped raised me and always protected me when bullies would try to beat me up, and taught me magic tricks and taught me how to tie flies. And he was a professor in college. He ended up at Boston University, and he was the director of America's Founding Documents at Boston University. And so he was a great guy in my life. He put himself through college and at the University of Texas playing. He was a blues guitar player, played sets with Lightning Hopkins the whole time. And then there was my mom, who was an entertainer as well, who toured with the jazz greats and toured all over the place, would play it in New Orleans and Pat O'Brien's, and would play. She was classically trained in piano and voice out of New York, and was a really neat person, and I want to honor them today. And I want to thank everybody for joining us at the Big Alaska Show. John, you want to say anything before you take off, buddy?
Well, again, I think it's perfectly fitting that we're broadcasting live over the telephone from a storage room in the back of a bar. That's the perfect beginning to this show.
Okay. And Henry Huizinga, always a pleasure to see you, sir.
You bet. We'll see you on the road, Steve.
Anyway, I want to thank you all for joining us in the Big Alaska Show. We'll see you next week. We're going to honor Junior Achievement Award people, Big Alaskans there in a younger sense. And I want to thank the Breeze Inn for providing the wonderful, wonderful storage room here at the back of the Breeze Inn. And go to breezeinn.com for the $49.95 specials you get here. And we'll see you next week here on the Big Alaska Show, where it's big stories, big people, and big lies. We'll see you next week.